snacks means maximizing his savings potential. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Ready? Here we go. Okay, first day, PV and J. Drop off Kristoff, lunchbox, mom rocks, math test, recess, new friend fun. Backpack, quick snack, I'm back done. Give a little Sarah Lee love.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another Space-tastic stream. My name is Antonius Drosera, Captain of PRISMA and Space Mafia VTuber. Today is July 25th, 2026. I hope you're doing well. A little bit of a late slash early stream. Haven't streamed in a couple days. But I've got a good explanation. We're in the process of taking a lot of stuff out from storage unit. For those who don't know, I moved a few months ago. Well, more than a few. I mean, it's been about 9 months at this point. But I got a storage unit. And in that time, there's been a lot of, struggle to pay it off, especially because did not know this going into it, but storage units, they can be pretty shaky with their pricing when it comes to, like, the longer that you have a storage locker, it seems like they kind of pump the price up. If you've been here long enough, you guys know I've had a lot of issues with it. So we finally decided, my parents and I decided, I'm just gonna pull the plug. I'm gonna take everything that I can out of the storage unit. All the valuable stuff, and then any like large furniture items I just don't have room for right now. So the hope is that, we get a much smaller storage unit so that that price goes down like much lower. So I'm gonna have a lot of my stuff that I haven't had for almost a year, which I'm very excited about. There's some other stuff that I can't say right now, but that's the long and short of it. I've had to I've been through the ringer, man. But yeah, I'm just glad to be able to get my stuff. So in the morning, I'm gonna be grabbing that. Very excited. I'm really gonna try to get my. I've had to have like a shirt on top of my PC for the last few months because it does this thing where the light, like, it has some like RGB lights that I don't really use, but it turns them on anyway, randomly. The only way to turn them off is with a remote. I'm sure that there's like a cable or something inside the PC, but I don't know enough about technology. It seems like it was like an aftermarket thing, so I'm too scared to mess with it, so I've just like covered it. It's not covering the vents for any tech perverts that watch this and are like, you need to I know I'm not covering the vent, but I did cover the RGBs, the RGB lights on it, so hopefully I can get that, and a bunch of other stuff. I'm probably gonna end up like donating some stuff that I just don't use anymore, just because I don't have a lot of space here either. But we'll see. We're gonna make that judgment call in the morning. But I'm excited. I'm excited to actually get my stuff. It's been so long. Um, so yeah, that's been my life the last week or so. Honestly, I was really worried that I was gonna lose my storage locker, but things just worked out really well, I guess. Um, so just wanted to update on that. Um, big W. And then I had to order my laptop's been going crazy this last week. Like some of my keys just stopped working. And if you guys have been here long enough, like sometimes I play games on my laptop. Um, and the Q and W keys haven't worked for like a year, but I just haven't really replaced them because like I almost never use the Q key. Um, and then if I need to use the W key, I just use the like on-screen keyboard. Um, but then a bunch of other keys stopped working, and I was just like, you know what? The A key was what really got my made me just realize, you know what? I need to like get a new I need to get a new like keyboard. So I bought a keyboard replacement. Hopefully that works. I still have like I need to do a bunch of stuff with this laptop because it's just not in a great place right now. Um like all the screws are off, so I'm hoping that like this will come with some extra screws. If it doesn't, I'll probably just order some. But like the whole bottom of the laptop is just like hanging on by a thread. So I'm I'm hoping I'm hoping that I can get some. If not, I'll just have to order some. But yeah, and otherwise, job stuff, model stuff. Still working on that model. I'm 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 at a place where I have I think all my layers ready. So hopefully I don't like see a bunch of stuff that I hate, halfway into it and then make another list. Because God knows that took me so long. It keeps taking so long. I hate OCD, but I did have a lot of motivation. I don't know. I've had like a splurge of splurge of information, a surge of motivation, I should say. That I I was just like I want to draw something because it's been so long since I've drawn like some Antonius Drosera artwork. Um, so that's what I did. I've been drawing some pieces. I already put one out yesterday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I saw Yuri. Is Yuri still streaming? I don't know. I think he announced he was streaming around like 1, so I don't know if he's still going. I don't think so. But he's been streaming more lately, so go watch his streams. Been playing Garashi, I guess. Which I know nothing about, but I love my boys. Um, yeah, I was gonna do Silk Song today. Then I realized the last stream that I did was Silk Song, so I'm really trying to wrap Silk Song up. I think we only have 3 more streams left of it, but um, I decided last minute I want to do Ace Attorney just because the last stream that we did was Silk Song. The reason why I want to finish Silk Song is because I want to get 9 Souls started. Very excited for that, but I don't know. It might be another week or so. I'm probably gonna do like Silk Song every other stream. I'm hoping next week we start schedules again, but no promises. I do have some new stuff in the works, but we're kind of in the middle of some other stuff as well. You know, I'm trying not to do 7 different games a week these days. um, just so I can like, you know, if there's games that I want to play twice or maybe even 3 times, thrice a week, I can do that. But also, you know, I haven't been doing daily streams for this past month. I want to get back to that, but obviously, like I said before, you know, I've just been so busy with the storage locker, the with job applications, just everything. It's just a nightmare. But hopefully things will calm down soon. And yeah, I'm feeling so much FOMO this weekend because a lot of my oomps are at Offkai, and I am not. So, that's that sucks. But you know, hopefully next year. I've never been to a con, the West Coast actually. So I'm curious to see. I vowed that I would never go to Anime Expo, but um I don't know. I'm worried that Offkai is gonna be. I mean, it's kind of been branded as like the VTuber con, right? Which is nice. I'm glad that we have like a convention. Um, but my worry is that like everybody's gonna go to it and it's gonna get like crazy crowded. Um, I've been to like crowded cons before, but um, I don't know. I don't know about I don't know how big this one is because I have so many mutuals that are going this year. It's crazy. Um, it really is just what like people like flying from out of the country even. It's crazy. Um, so I don't know. Um, but I'm also excited because you know having my storage locker means that I can go and get my cosplay stuff, my makeup, and all my other stuff. So I can actually wear cosplays again, finally. Um, although I really haven't, I haven't like made anything new. I need to like make some new stuff. Um, I don't know. I really want to like cosplay myself, low key, but to make that. I went to the food bank um today, and I was in heaven, dude. I was in heaven because y'all know I love salad. There it was like a treasure trove of salad, and you know, I wasn't even thinking like, whoa, there's like so many salads. Like in the moment, I was like, why are there so many salads? And then like the minute that I left, it dawned on me. Um, the worm, the parasite. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. Um, but you know, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna take my chances, dude, because I do love salads, and I got a lot of it. I got a lot of salads. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I explode, you know, maybe I'll become just like a gut biome of little worms swimming around. Who's to say? Can you sue? Like if I got a parasite from like, I don't know, Trader Joe's, could I sue? Could I just be like, you guys gave me explosive diarrhea and also emotional distress. That's what they always, emotional distress. I don't know. That's usually what they tack on there to like add to the fire. This cost me emotional distress. I mean, sometimes it's valid, but other times I'm like, okay, man. I mean, get that money, I guess. Get that bag. I'm not gonna get in between you and that bag, that's for sure. You do you, girl. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of salads. I have a lot of salads. Um, I just been feeling. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good today. I was very, you know, without giving too much info, just because like I don't. We we need to empty the storage locker. I don't want to say anything. I don't think it's gonna like actually complicate anything, but you know, I would like to wait until my stuff is out. But I was very worried a couple days ago that I was gonna lose it. Um, but my my parents, especially my stepdad's driving all the way down here from DC to help me, which is crazy. He is a saint, truly. Um, so yeah, I don't know. This probably won't be a super long stream. We'll probably do like a traditional 3 hours. And then I'm gonna take a nap. My sleep schedule is fucked up, but I want to actually get some sleep. Um, so I gotta be up in the morning. Um, so yeah. Um, you know, been taking a lot of Ubers recently. Um, you know, I don't know if I said this on stream, but I remember posting about it, but um the that one guy, like I guess I have the Uber One, Uber Plus, whatever. I need to cancel that. Um, but one of the perks of it, hashtag not an ad, by the way. Um, one of the perks of it though is that you get um sometimes they like upgrade your ride because they have like different tiers, right? Um, you know, they've got a lot. Like let me look it up. I mean, it's kind of always been this way. Um, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but you know, it's let me just pretend I'm about to order a ride. Yeah, they got like a They got a lot, dude. There's Uber X. I think that's the like main one. There's Wait and Save. Um, that's the same thing, but you usually save a little bit of money. Priority, order wait time, Uber XL, affordable rides for groups up to 6. You can get women drivers. That's kind of cool, honestly, because like I don't know. Sometimes sometimes men are men. You got the Uber Comfort, newer cars with extra leg room. Courier, I guess that just delivers stuff. Pet for you and your pet. Uber XXL. What's the difference between XL and XXL? They used to have like an Uber. They used to like do a ride share. I think they phased that out. I think they tried to bring it back, but then like I don't think it was cost effective, so they must have like got rid of it. Then you got the Uber Black luxury rides with professional drivers. The black SUV and then car seat. Yeah, they got like a lot of options. So sometimes one of the perks is that like your ride gets upgraded, which which is cool, I guess. The only reason I got it initially was because I had an Uber gift card and they were like they gave me like a free trial of it, and I guess you get like free delivery and stuff. So it's like, okay, I might as well do that so I can get the most out of my card. Um, but of course, like every subscription, I mean, I'm usually good about canceling subscriptions, but this one I just haven't gotten around to. I don't know. I probably have like 5 subscriptions total, if that. I probably don't even have that. But um because they do creep up on you. They do creep up on you. But anyway, so yeah, so sometimes my ride gets upgraded, right? Um and the guy that was driving me had like a whole setup, dude. He had like this screen attached to like the back of both of the front seats, like the little head cushion. It was just a straight up screen. It was a straight up screen, and he had NBA 2K26 on it. It's like, bro, this is ridiculous. I mean, I appreciate the hustle. He's trying to get those 5 stars for real, but it's like, it was so weird. It was so weird. I couldn't even see him, because usually I do the thing where I sit diagonally across, the drivers in the driver's seat, and then I'm in like the back seat on the other side of the car. I feel like that's just like, I don't know, because I don't want to make them feel weird. Like, I don't want to make them feel like I'm like breathing down their neck or something. um, and like sometimes they don't like it when you sit in the front either. If I'm with like multiple people and we're all taking Uber, then like, if there's more than like 2 people, one of us will sit in the front. But um I don't want to make them feel weird. I want to make it feel awkward. So I sit diagonally across from the driver. But yeah, he had the whole like Xbox set up. Um which is crazy. I didn't even know logistically how you can do that. It's crazy. I had like the candy. Um, he had like it was mostly like peppermints, but he had like one Tootsie Roll and one bit o' honey, which I haven't had a bit o' honey since like when I was a kid in Halloween. But you know what? It was pretty good. It's pretty good. So I had that. I had the Tootsie Roll, and then I took a peppermint. Sue me. I took 3 candies, but you know, I was trying to get the most out of my experience with my VIP my my VIP experience. What's up, Solar? I've never seen that before, dude. I mean, when I was my my minivan that I inherited from my mom before I had to sell it had like the little TVs on the back of the, you know, of the car seats, which were super small, super tiny. But they were really cool whenever we were on like a road trip, right? You could like put a little CD in, and then we just like watch a movie while we were like going across, you know, multiple states or whatever. Put on Finding Nemo or some shit. Um, that shit was fire. That shit was fire AF. But like, no, this man had like a whole like flat screen setup. Like, I think I posted in the Discord. It was just crazy. I've never seen that before. I don't even know if that's legal, because I don't know how he's like looking, you know, in the rear view. Because you kind of need to like see. But you know, I don't know. Anything for those 5 stars, man. You know what I mean? Anything for those 5 stars. These ever since I moved to the suburbs, these Ubers have definitely been much bougier. Much bougier. It's crazy. It's crazy, you know. But one thing that has really pissed me off, like up until recently, I've never stepped foot inside of a Tesla, because why would I? Like, why would I? Why would I? Why would I? You know, put myself through that. Why would I put myself through that? You know, um, I just, I, I just think they're so stupid. Y'all know I fucking hate Elon. I think he's a quack. Um, but like the thing that really pisses me off, I'm gonna tell y'all, the thing that really pisses me off about Teslas, and if you've seen a Tesla, I don't know if it's all Teslas, but it's I know it's a Tesla when I see this, is the door handles are so stupid. Like, they drive me insane. I remember I was confused as hell when I first saw it. You know, any normal car, you know, you pull the car door handle to open it. That's just, I don't know, like, that's been how it is for as long as I've been anywhere near cars, you know? So that's what I'm used to. I like, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. Um, totally cool with pulling a door and opening it. Never had any issues with it. But Teslas, they do something different. You have to like push them. You have to push them inward. And then like the opposite side that you push comes out, and then you pull it, which I think is so stupid. I think it's the dumbest shit in the world. Why are you reinventing the wheel? You're literally adding an extra step. you know, because you still gotta open it, you still gotta pull it and open it, but first you have to push it. And my whole entire life, I have been taught to pull a door. That's just, you know, what has been ingrained within the chambers of my mind palace. And now all of a sudden, Elon wants to come along and be like, we're reinventing cars. It's like, why? Why? There was nothing wrong with pulling the door. There was nothing wrong with pulling the handle. I don't understand why he's so adamant like that this needs to change. You know, maybe it's not that deep, but it bothers me. It bothers me because you're just adding an extra step. Every time I need to open a door, I have to push it and then pull it. That's dumb. That's dumb. I'm sorry. You know, I think Elon just wants to do shit. He just wants to do shit and say that he did it and be like, oh, this is different. You know, when he made those stupid cyber trucks, it's like they look stupid as hell, but he's like, well, it's different. It's like, who cares if it's different? It's stupid. Who GAF? That's my opinion. Fuck Elon and his stupid 2-step car doors. Dumbest shit I've ever seen. And if you've ever opened a Tesla, first of all, I'm sorry. But second of all, you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. I also feel like the whole screen thing, the screenification of like newer model cars is so weird to me. Like I had like my minivan had like a screen per se, but it was really only for like music, right? It wasn't for anything else. It was only for music. Apparently, like the newer, like fancier cars, like it's everything. Everything is on these screens. Starting the car, doing the AC, you know, unlocking shit, all that. You know, and I've heard if that screen stops working, then what do? You know, your car just stops working. The whole car. I don't know. It just feels like we're doing too much. I give it like 3 years, they're gonna start doing like AI in cars. I mean, I know they're already doing like the self-driving cars, but you know they're trying to put AI bullshit in everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if they like, I don't know, inject more AI into it somehow. This is stupid. I'm so over it. And speaking of Elon, he's been going on about how he's going to Grok is going to make the entirety of the Odyssey movie with its engine, which okay. This whole tirade that people are having about like the Odyssey movie, which honestly I don't really have any interest in watching because you guys know I don't really watch movies like that. I've heard it's really good. I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. It seems like anything that he touches turns to gold. But I've heard it's really good. But people are mad. People are mad because it's woke. They're mad because it's woke. Because there's like Elliot Page is in it, you know, trans dude. There's a lot of like black actors and actresses in it, and people are mad because it's like this isn't historically accurate. It's like, what do you mean historically accurate? The Odyssey isn't real. It's not a real. It's not like it's not like nonfiction. It's fiction. I feel people really think that the Odyssey like actually happened. Like it would like it was like a historical event. No, that shit's fake, brother. That shit is it's just a story. If it was a poem. It was a poem by Homer. Not the Simpson, the other Homer. It was a poem. But people are like they're clenching their fists. They're like, this is woke. It's like, bro, I don't think I don't think Homer's gonna be like that. Or so we're just talking about the Odyssey. People are mad because the Odyssey movie is woke. Woke is so stupid, dude. I know we've talked about this before, but like, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck, man? Lupita Nyong'o is a fantastic actress, you know? Who cares? You know, was the movie good? That's all that really matters. My friend got it for me for my birthday. Oh. Oh. I think I read it in high school, but I wasn't very tuned into it. Everybody just so the anti-woke crusaders. You know, when I was like in high school, everybody always like talked about SJWs, right? It's 2 days ago, the 23rd. I got my permit. Oh, congrats. Don't drive a Tesla. Um, you know, people always talk about the SJWs, right? The SJWs and how they're they're expecting everybody to do stuff. And it's like the reality is like it was always like a very small minority of people that were just very reactionary, and then like people would be, oh, a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I think those are good. I've heard those are, I don't know. I don't know much about cars, but I feel like I've heard those are good. Um, but like, I feel like the culture is completely like reversed now because it's like the same people on the other side that are like getting mad about like things being woke. It's like, don't we have more important things to worry about than like wokeness? Who gives a fuck? Y'all really give a fuck? Like, I'm sorry, it's just not that serious. I'm sorry. If there's and it's like nobody even really knows what woke means. It's just like they just everybody has their own idea of woke. It seems like some people will say woke is like gay people existing. Other people will say a trans person is in a movie. It's like, what? Y'all don't even really have like a commonly understood conception. People driving it, but my dad's is a huge SUV and it's scary. Oh, I had a little minivan. Little minivan. I love it. I love driving in the minivans. Whenever I drive in like one of those little tiny cars, the regular cars, I guess, I feel so small, but also I have long legs, so you know, there's that. Um I love it. I feel so tall. I mean, I already am like kind of tall, but I feel so above and beyond. But I'm also I've always been a very careful driver. I've never gotten into like a major accident. When I first started driving, I got into one or two like little fender benders, but I've got a clean driving record. This car is just really big, and I've only ever practiced driving in small cars. Yeah, I mean, if you've got both at your disposal, I definitely would recommend like doing both, but it's understandable. That's just, I think I'm used to it because I learned how to drive in my mom's SUV. Um, so it's just second nature to me. Feels so cramped when I'm in like those smaller cars. I feel like the next car I'm gonna get is probably gonna be at least like a medium-sized car because I don't think I can do those small little those convertible sized cars. It's gotta have 4 doors. I fear can't do it with the 2 door. I hate that. I hate that the like folding the chair, the seats back in order to like get into the back. That's so annoying. I hate cars like that. Um, it just feels so primitive. But yeah. Good luck. I'm sure you'll do fine. The thing that I did for like a year after I got my driver's license even was I stuck those little student driver bumper stickers on because I was like I hate when people honk at me. I hate when people honk at me for like the stupidest shit. You know, if I'm going like 30 miles and on a 25 and they get mad at me, it's like, bro, fuck off. I hate when they honk at me. And I have noticed that they honk less. They honk less when I have a sticker. When I have a student driver sticker. So food for thought. It pisses me off. Don't honk at me unless I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. We all got places to go. Quit honking. Mom put the permanent driver sign on her car for me since I won't be driving my dad's car for a while. Nice. But yeah, I don't know. If being woke is a crime, I'm a damn criminal. I don't know what to say. I don't know. My dad honks at people who are bullshitting, and he honks at people he knows. I think that's fine. Although I hate when people do that to me, and that freaks me the fuck out. Like if somebody drives by and honks at me, it's like, bro, it scares the shit out of me. Because if I'm just like walking down the street and I'm by myself, my pretty little face, you never know. You never know what happens. I've gone like drive by honking at drive. I'm gonna start over. I've been honked at like in a drive by situation where I get like catcalled or whatever, and that shit is. I hate that shit. It's fucking annoying as hell. And I respond in my deepest voice. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thanks, man. And then they get freaked out. Sometimes. Other times you got like the real freaks that are like they're like, that's not stopped me before. It's like, okay, man, what should? I'm not interested. Creep. It doesn't happen to me a lot. But I am used to people like commenting on my appearance somewhat frequently. I wish they wouldn't. Even when it's nice, it's like, please do not perceive me. I'm just experiencing the moment. I'm living in the present. I'm existing. And don't Don't come up to me. Don't talk to me. DNI. DNI. If I'm walking around and I look a mess, don't come up to me. Because chances are I've had a crazy ass day. And the smallest little perturbance gonna set me off. I'll fly off the handles. I won't. I have more self-control than that, but don't do it. Leave me alone. Having a 9-year-old constantly call me fat for the last 3 months. Well, I don't know what you would do in that situation. Tell the 9-year-old's parents. That kid also asked me, why is your vagina so big? What? How would they even know that? I did have a little kid come up to me recently and asked me if I was gay in the grocery store, and I was like, yes. Well, no, I said, who's asking? Who's asking? And then the mom like scuttled along and was like, I'm so sorry. And it's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Are you gay? Yes. I beg your pardon. Him once his response was, I beg your asshole. You should just like 6'7" to him. And then maybe he'll have respect for you. Oh, I got scared as fuck, bro. My fucking roommate. I've told this before, but he just randomly will like laugh extremely loudly in the middle of the night. And he laughs like Patrick Star. It's fucking loud. I don't think the mic picks it up, but trust me, it's loud. I'm so close to being like, bro, shut the fuck up. He does shit like that, but then he also asks if I'm okay. I look like I'm sad. Maybe he does care, but he's just bad at showing it, you know? Kids are weird. Kids don't really know how to express themselves sometimes. But it's also like he's 9, you know? So I hope you don't let it get to you. If a 9-year-old like starts talking shit to me, I'm like, bro, you're 9. His scared pussy seeks my validation a lot, both him and his brother. Oh. Maybe he sees you as like an older sibling, you know? The kids around that age will definitely say crazy shit though. There's this one fucking video that I saw recently of this little girl, Dotson and his brother and one of their friends. Nice. Um, this little girl like goes up to her mom, presumably, with like a tampon or something, and it's like, I know what this is for. This you like this. You like this for your vagina. You like this for your vagina. I wonder if it's on YouTube. I saw it on Twitter. Vagina. You like this for your vagina. I searched, it was like recommended to me on YouTube, like the search, but then nothing came up. You like this for your vagina. I need to get that. I need to get that as a soundbite. You like the, but what would I use it for? You like this for your vagina. Kids are funny. I don't know. I mean, listen, they just be saying shit. Kids say the darnest things. You like this for your vagina. Oh, I love that one video that was, I think it was a Vine of the girl that was, it's like the little girl was like talking to the dog that just like took a shit and was like patting its butt and was like, good job pooping. Good job pooping. Oh, kids are funny. All right. Um, let's play some Ass Attorney. You like this for your vagina. There we go. The never-ending case. At least we're in court now. That's, you know, at least we're in the court. This case is so long. I feel like, you know, it's not even the longest case, but it's just the fact that I feel like I play Ace Attorney nowadays in much shorter bursts than I used to. And I think honestly it's because the case is definitely like, I don't know, a lot of the cases are not as not nearly as like consistently good like as like the original trilogy. That's why I always say if you're gonna play Ace Attorney, play the OG trilogy, even though like the art is a lot more like traditional visual novel. I feel like it's still peak. I feel like it's the best out of everything. But it's like, you know, the new ones are so good, you know, I wouldn't be playing them if they aren't, but I feel like I'm definitely not as like manically obsessed about them as I used to be. Okay, so what the fuck? There's so much shit going on, dude. Right. So I think I'll just like catch y'all up as we go. But Gina Lestrade was accused of murdering Pop Windebank. They were both found on the floor in Windebank's pawnbrokery in the storage. And then he's dead as a doornail, and Gina was passed out. So we're trying to prove that she's not guilty. We're working through it. prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in a quite desultory fashion. Rather prodigal, I feel. In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer to the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here. Oh, they're inside? I thought they were outside. What was up with the cat picture then? I thought the cameras were on the outside of the shop. Am I crazy? Because, like, there was the whole thing with the cat pics. Where the cat? Oh. They took this cat pic, which that's clearly outside because there's a snowman. So what are these cameras? Or is this just a completely different... I don't know, man. You say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if we anticipated If the thief conducted... Sorry. If the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals. One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera. Hehe, it's a bit of friar talk, eh, bruv? Right in luck, loves a skulking. Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin? Must have been just after 1. Right, bruv? Must have been, Ash. Must have been. Yeah, just gone 1. Just gone, like, after 1. In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment, what scene might we expect to see within the shop? I forgot to change into my business attire. Hold on. Here we go. What scene might we expect to see in the shop? Let us examine the evidence. Good lord! It's the defendant! Miss Gina Lestrade, damn. That's messy. As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter. Nah, that's definitely her. I feel like they're not gonna pull some, like, oh, she's, like, wearing... Because that's, like, her hair and shit. Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it is, right? I don't think Egbert could have, like, dressed up as her. Like, I feel like that's definitely her, right? What's up, Wonky? No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom. Okay, so why does she have a gun? Howdy. What? One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel. I'm chillin'. How are you, Wonky? Photograph of Gina has been entered in the court record. What about the other photographs? The one that they just, did. Oh yeah, we have the blood samples too. I forgot about this. So we have the green. So basically, like, all the blood samples react in different colors depending on whose blood they belong to. And currently we have 3 different blood samples. Relaxing? Hell yeah. So this is Windibanks, which I still don't know if it really is. I'll be honest with you. I feel like there might have been some, like, evidence tampering, but I don't know. We'll see. But this is apparently Windibanks blood. Rice fired Mason. Thank you for the hydrate, Wonky. One sec. Yeah, this is the guy who died in the 3rd case. And this is someone else's blood. So if it's not Windibank's blood, who is it? Someone else was shot. It would appear. But whom? I don't believe it. Just been planning a bunch of stuff? What have you been planning? I don't believe it. Ginny. In short, the accused is the only person who could possibly have killed Mr. Windibank. Bro standing on the box. I say, my who is speaking? Oh. I say, my lord. Wonder if I might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Took a bally bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maiwand 1880, don't you know? Going to a convention the 7th and the 15th. I'm going to Europe. Ooh. That's exciting. What kind of convention is it? Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield. Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point? I mean, of course. Oh, hell yeah. Have you been to a con before? Give it on the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you'd like. And here I am now, leading this small squadron, 6 men, all good and true. It will all go down together, you mark my words, one for all and all for one. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand? Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct? In a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Garadiv Squadron's position, sir. What? No! It's too soon to make a judgment here. Status report for the court, men, on the double. One, and like Ferrer saying about, I'm pretty sure it was you at least. Did you? I don't remember. His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions too. I think you'll find the truth is as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it. I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't really remember. Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop. I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky. Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in this matter. Announce your considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Uh-oh.
Guilty.
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 Back for the Europe trip, though? What are you doing? It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leaning already. Photograph. Must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But Ginny didn't shoot him. No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination. For the UK, oh yeah. Very well, the court grants permission. So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising. We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready? Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Alright, here we go. I do like these little segments. Fun. The jurors' contentions. All the evidence clearly points to the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketeen. I've been traveling like 2 years, so I have a good excuse. Hell yeah, I'm excited for you. Hope you have tons of fun. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. So expensive? Oh yeah, for sure. I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. If I have left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop. In the motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent. And I guess we gotta talk to each of these guys. The circumstance of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. It's like the worst part. Traveling is amazing, but I don't got the type of money to go somewhere every year. Yeah. I feel like in this economy, nobody really does. It's expensive. I haven't traveled outside the country since I was a wee lad. Well, I barely traveled outside the country at all. The storeroom locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. In the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses. Not to mention this print. Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bally trigger. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear. Curly's cameras were supposed to help, not hinder. Afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. Which means there's more to this situation that we've yet to see. Agreed. You have the floor, counsel. Fuck. I don't know what he said. Fell outside the country like 3 times in my whole life. I think I've only traveled twice. Proceed with the summation examination. The defense's rebuttal. Alright. So in this we gotta like put 2 people together whose opinions clash. So I guess we'll just go down the line. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketing. Alright, let's ask why. You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Garrett, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this. Oh, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn-up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. Hmm? I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? They bribing him? I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything. What do you mean we did a lot for him? We convicted his wife of like shooting another person. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garab's house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out, and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancies. Oh. Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet. Bad enough that the old girl's clapped up. Clapped up? My god, my fucking roommate. Dude, shut the fuck up. He fucking laugh. Dude. Bro laughs like fucking Patrick Star, dude. It's the loudest shit ever. I don't think the mic picks it up, but if I turn off the noise gate, you definitely would. He goes, it's loud as fucking possible. It's the dumbest fucking laugh. Yeah, I think that's like the worst part. You're not with Sally anymore? No, I still am. Yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot, but not for us, that's but dashed certain. Yeah. I suppose not. Of course. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. Obviously, but honestly, I really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated.
Hold it!
Polishing the bench, I see. Again? Maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pick purses, and crossmen, the scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps. Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals. Referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rent's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes? A maid? It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. Minor detail, it was the 2 brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant. A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement. Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective. I agree with you. The shooting of Mr. Sholmes was unforgivable. Oh, it was Mr. Sholmes that had the other blood, was it? The shooting of Mr. Sholmes was an unforgivable act. But the purpose of this trial is to determine who shot the pawnbroker, Mr. Windermere. Mr. Windermere. Afraid you're splitting hairs, sir. Sorry? No, the fuck I'm not. Whether it was the thieves or the pig purse. It was still gutter trash that shut the pawnbroker in the end. Filth that should be cleaned up and eradicated, in my considered opinion. Okay, but that has nothing to do with the guilt of the defendant. Thanks so much for sharing. Changing this maid's mind isn't going to be easy. Bruno, it was one of those 2 brothers that shot Hurley, wasn't it? Yes, without question.
Well, then I'll never forgive them.
Oh, Iris.
Perhaps we can use this main statement to help us somehow, do you think?
Yes, maybe. Let's listen carefully to what each juror has to say first. I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in the stereo, the truth will just pop out.
Hold it!
What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't you know? You look at the photographic print normally. It looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously. There's no indication the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying that is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information. Oh. Any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Look at me, dude. Oh, how did you know? Let's call it a lucky guess. Never gets old seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, it's captivating, it's the height of modernity. Of course. Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay, giving us new perspectives we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention that the world has ever seen. Only it could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. Look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. Should I be doing that? Can I do that? Should I be, like, looking at it then? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I guess I'll just keep that in mind. I don't know, dude. If I have left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. What is bro talking about?
Hold it!
What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that. This is why they usually don't have seniors serving in the jury. Oh, so sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon. I am a surgeon! Surgeon? That totally passed me by. What do you mean? Bro is dressed like a surgeon. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field. So what is it that you think you've left behind? Looks like Dr. Mario. Ah, well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. I was doing open heart surgery on a guy, and I left the heart. Oops. I forgot to put it back in. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing. Went in through the abdomen. But when I'd finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. What? Did he? Surely not. Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No! Of course I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. Okay. Seems your mind is elsewhere on this trial. But also, wait. I wonder if the person he was operating on was, Sholmes. It's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter. That's exactly my concern. And seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up,
I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. Now I'm sure I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure. I'm sure you need to be more sure. Wow, everybody is really useless on this trial.
Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop.
Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean?
Are you from the Far East? Stop.
Yes, from the Empire of Japan.
All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. Ah, but now we have the electric telegram. We can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world.
Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed? Makes my head hurt just thinking about it.
You are well informed, young lady. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop.
Just when I was starting to catch up.
Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves to 4 corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop.
Right. Try not to wear out your fingers.
Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technological revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What utter piffle. Can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys. Uh-oh.
He's pissed off, bro.
Excuse me.
Juror number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? You perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess.
Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on. I dare you.
Goodness, are you talking to me?
I think he just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, really. A machine is a machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions. Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional.
What a great way to appease the man.
No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
You just don't know.
Pardon?
I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate.
Sort of possibilities.
Well, take a crime scene, for example. You had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope. Reveal hidden clues you've never even noticed before.
What? You got any, Bruno? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope?
Yes. How about this print here? Should do the trick, I think. Are we talking about the... Talking about the cat?
Take that.
Ugh, I was wrong. I can't actually think of anything we could use at all.
What? Really? Oh dear, I think maybe I need to have a stereoscopic look at your brain sometime.
What's that supposed to mean? Oh my god, I gotta start it over?
Hold it.
Maybe it is the, maybe it is the picture of girl with the gun.
Excuse me.
Excuse me! Excuse me! I mean, he was saying to look, yeah, he was talking about the picture of what's her Gina.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. You're saying you can do this without any two suitable photographic prints? Of course I can! Very well then. I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all. Shit. I might save here so I don't have to go through all that again. In case I get it wrong. Do I just do the same one? Wait, sorry? What do you mean one more print? Oh dear, don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works?
Bruno. What? What? Need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember? You know, one for the left eye and one for the right.
Oh, yes, I remember now. We have from the pawnbrokery, it's just a normal photograph. Oh, no, I think you'll find. Blue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need 2 prints. Thanks for the friendly explanation.
Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we could always show it to this young man then.
I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me. Let's get things back on track, shall we, Council? Huh. Just a red herring, then? Oh, okay. All we need is another shot from a slightly different location. We can see the scene in 3 dimensions. How long left is this guy? I don't know. Please tell me you're not villain Bolshevik. The Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary? I believe there is such rumor. It's just a rumor? As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like Wish's criminal. Welcome back. Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out. People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat. And which glove fits? No glove. Good day, I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower. Right, that didn't sound staged at all. Forgive me for having my doubts. To be treated like Wish's criminal all the time, it is very painful. People do not realize. Though I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look. The Skulkin brothers? Duh, maybe they went inside pawnbroker shop. But they have done nothing wrong. That is all what I want to say. Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong that night? Alright, well, first of all, that's one not-so-little misunderstanding I need to clear up straight away.
Tell me something, Iris. Why is it, Bruno?
The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they?
Yes. It's amazing, isn't it?
In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting among them? Looks for all the world like a revolutionary.
Fuck if I know. Wish I knew.
Can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors. The trial will be over.
We know that Ginny would never shoot anyone.
Yes, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying and pit them against each other. Did you just read my thoughts? Let's be ready to go whatever lengths I have to convince them of Gina's innocence.
Yeah, I'm listening. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about your dead boyfriend.
What? Alright. So, we've read everybody's explanation. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketing. All we need... these brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective. All we need is another shot from a slightly different location, and we could see the scene in all 3 dimensions. If I have left it there, I should think there will be repercussions by now. Mind made up, stop. Global radio transmission avert to follow, stop. In Motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I'm convinced brothers are innocent. I'm gonna say... Juror number 2. Juror number 2 says that these brothers are the scum of the earth. Juror number 6 says I'm convinced brothers are innocent. So I feel like those are pretty contradictory. Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other.
Good lord. So explain yourself.
Oh my statement contradictory?
Contradict. C-O-N.
Juror number 6. You've got the wrong end of the stick.
I do not have stick. I have mouse.
Okay. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver.
Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand.
Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear.
Abdomen. Abdomen. A-B-D.
Sir?
Sorry. My English is still learning.
You are telling the court you didn't hear?
Forgive me, I did not hear. Here is one. Abdomen, part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker.
Thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again?
So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before, we never done nothing, but truth is they shot detective. This is double negative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Lying is wrong, especially when lie is said by person who looks like criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also big fat lie. Is this true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so...
Enough! I trust no one now. I have trust problem rest of life. I'll never date anyone. I die now.
That's a little too far.
No, I kill self.
Not the mouse's fault, though, sir.
I must see with my own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself.
Afraid that won't be possible.
Yes, it is, Runo. Easily.
Sorry?
The prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. We had the print that pictures Ginny, and the next print from half an hour later, we'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor, cooey.
Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of old times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one.
Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later after the brothers' fight. So this was taken after Hurley was shot then. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. That does seem to be the case. Are these different angles? I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. We're gonna get the second print.
So the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot men, but they stole nothing.
It seems so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You were right. I did not understand the situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it's very important to continue with trial.
Oh, we got one.
Yay, well done, Runo. The balance is shifting.
Well, it's a start, I suppose. There must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. If I can do that, we just might turn the situation into our favor still.
Thank you, counsel. Continue with the summation examination. And kindly hand that new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence.
Cool. Excuse me. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that.
We sure can. You're darn tootin'.
But I want to look at them first. I mean, the whole gimmick is that we're going to be able to look at them stereoscopically. So 1 o'clock and 1:30. I know they said there's nothing different, but I just want to look. I don't see anything different. So let's take these now. Let's press, I guess. Now that I gotta go through all this again. Okay, this is the one.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Alright. And then we take... Yes. Yes. Dear God, yes. I have 2 photos now. Take that. Post shooting. Take that. Alright, these 2 prints were both taken with the same camera and window mix on the night in question.
Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer.
Do you know how stereographic images work? Yes, this game has spent so much time telling me how stereoscopic images work.
You understand the principle?
Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. Oh my god. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in positions of some objects.
Whoa.
Then when your brain merges the two images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were depth. Yes, exactly.
It's the small shift between certain objects in the two pictures that's really important.
So what happens if you use two photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene three-dimensionally, anyway.
Oh. Oh. Of course. Now I see.
Oh, hey, that's his name. I think the young girl has discovered the secret.
I have.
Girl, stop looking at me like that. You uncross your eyes before you tell me?
Having a look at these two pictures from Hurley's camera, Bruno. Come on.
Can you see that there's a really obvious difference between them? Of course there is. There are two people in the first and no in the second. No people.
Well, yes, you can see that straight away, but now, try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions.
Alright, I'll give it a go. So to start with, cross your eyes and then try to make the two pictures overlap exactly. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle. Wait. Are they not going to show us? Did you manage to see it properly, Bruno? Should I lie and say yes, I saw it?
I didn't see shit!
Not really. She's not very good at this, that's the trouble.
Oh, don't worry. I have just the thing. Having to bring with me a portable stereoscope.
I know I mentioned this yesterday, but if you've had that contraption with you from the outset, you could have saved me staring at Mr. Windibank and Gina like I hate them all the time.
And if you remember, I said in reply that it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Anyway, why don't we try using the helpful little aid now?
Here goes. Now let's see what we've got. Wait, look at that. Ugh. What's going on with these two pictures? Some of the things on the counter sort of jump out at you. Huh? Yes, that's it, you see? That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes. The other amazing power? Is someone going to explain this black magic, eh? Why the deuce do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that, I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of a stereoscope, you'll answer your own question.
Basic principles of the stereoscope?
As I said before, if you try to look at the two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the positions of certain objects that lets you see pictures three-dimensionally. In other words, even though at first glance it seems the two objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures, it shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions.
Yes, there must have been.
Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does this shift between the two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master. What? Me? I haven't the first idea.
You know, Bruno, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step. First photograph was taken at 1 o'clock a.m. Then 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. The position of some items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. So were they moved? So that means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Zonkers! Zokers! Whatever the fuck that means. Someone tampered? New information, stop. Not mentioned in testimony so far, stop. Yes, we've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. Who? The Skulkin brothers?
Take that!
It was the witnesses currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers. Wait. This does not agree with what Proto said in testimony before. No, it does not. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy lockets. My phrase book says dukes is meaning hands and Lucy lockets is meaning pockets. But is this another lie? Is this what you were saying? Yes, I'm afraid so.
Now hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that. Just like I'm not sure that I hid a scalpel inside my patient's abdomen.
I quite agree. The accused is a common pig purse after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal.
I think that's unlikely. And why exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windibank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interests lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony.
What? But they accuse it as a pig purse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here?
Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam, no better, in fact worse than a pig purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves?
Well said. Damn right.
I have social phobia. Thank you for the follow. To the crew, hope you're doing well. What? Want to hear a joke? Sure. Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. The teacher wanted to teach her students about self-esteem, so she asked anyone who thought they were stupid to stand up. One kid stood up, and the teacher was surprised. She didn't think anyone would stand up, so she asked him, "Why did you stand up?" He answered, "I didn't want to leave you standing up by yourself." Wait, no, that's not right. Where's my laugh? Do I not have a laugh reaction? Oh, here we go. There we go. Very funny. You got a sharp exhale from me. I don't know if that was a good joke. I got it. That's cute. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. So why the fuck did you say that she was guilty?
Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return home via Regent Street. Stop.
Well, it would seem this trial has yet to run its course. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call this summation examination to conclusion with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus. And I order this trial to continue.
Yay, well done. Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this, Runo. You never know when it might come in useful.
Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright. Lord Van Zeeks, you will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so. Whatever the hell that means. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. And I wish Van Zeeks would probe me.
To be continued.
To be continued. I had no idea how I feel like we're at least halfway through, but honestly, I have no idea. This is like part 5 or 6 of this chapter. Oh my god, dude. Order, please. Let us Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand. I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination.
Oh, yeah, Governor. I did, Gov, I did.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Oh, blimey.
This is going to be hard work. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks. Well, it was Bedlam Shoe Nash, wasn't it?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out of me Lucy lockets.
However, that was a lie. You brothers.
Poor blimey.
On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter.
We never done nothing of the sort.
How do you figure it out?
You will now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question, and this time you will tell the truth. Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. I wish he would crush me. A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say no more, Gov, we hear ya. We'll blab, we'll squeak, we'll peach.
Legal entry, the whole truth.
Alright, we did knock a few things over. We weren't rifling for nothing.
It was when we heard the gunshot, see? Made us both jump and all that stuff went flying.
Lummy, it didn't have given me a fright. We was thinking the shooter'd come out the door and get us next.
We stuck everything back where we found it and scampered straight into him in the black.
We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we?
So you admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Winterbank's countertop on the night in question.
Not ransack, Governor, no.
That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tidied up, yeah. Oh, sorry.
By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess.
The way you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all.
We don't, Nash, we don't. Can't he make us sound a bit more cutthroat?
Can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Winterbank's that night. It's more to their testimony than meets the eye. I'm sure of it. A legal entry, the whole truth.
Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling.
Sorry, I did the Russian voice.
Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing.
It was when we heard the gunshot, see? Made us both jump and all that stuff went flying.
Oh right, we already read all this. That last thing they said was a little sketchy. We never had a chance?
Hold it!
And why should we believe that?
What? Well, 'cause it's true, innit?
The place was totally empty when we went in.
At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom. He'd been forced to open the door by the accused who had a gun to his head. In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery, Mr. Winterbank. Correct?
You've got it, mister. Down to a T.
So the Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Winterbank? Is that really true, I wonder? That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony?
What is it, Bruno? You look very fierce. And not in like a yes, queen, slay kind of way. I could pour you some herbal tea if you're tired.
Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you'd probably laugh, but I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something important. It is nothing more than a feeling, though. I have no proof to support it.
Well, feelings can be very logical at times.
Sorry?
People's expressions, the movements of their eyes, the words they choose. You take all that in and your brain will quietly analyze it to come up with a feeling like you described. You've concluded that there's something suspicious about this testimony without knowing why, that's all. I think you should trust your instincts.
Iris, thank you. Sometimes I think if she's 10 years old, I must be 5.
Alright, we did knock a few things.
Okay.
Hold it!
If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place?
Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we?
We ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admitted to something like that, people would think we was up to no good.
Well said, Ringo, me old China.
China?
We'd only land ourselves in even more trouble.
In fact, now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony,
That's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble.
Well,
That rotten luck is the rotten apple eater. Witnesses, explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter?
we never ransacked nothing.
Right, Nash, right. More like we tidied the place up.
Sorry.
So when we heard the gunshots, you made both of us jump and all that stuff went flying. So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much you knocked all those things off the counter?
Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. This bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on.
Look, it was loud, all right. Blimey, me dead granny would have woken up to the bang.
Big brother screamed like a blooming baby and fell over on the counter. He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
That got tangled in some marionette. What knocked over a picture frame? What knocked them scales on the floor?
You really mastered working quietly then.
What a racket. Me granny would have been scared back into a grave at a clatter like that.
In short, the gunshot took you by surprise.
And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, bam.
Damn. Bro's getting into it. Inspector Gregson, sorry. You have something to add?
Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels.
No, something to add about their testimony. You seemed to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something?
Probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only, well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
How about you just tell us what's on your mind?
As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night. The statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now.
Did it?
You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Might have. Gov, might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it.
Granted,
Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still, can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a little sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas?
If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them.
Easy, easy. We'll get it right this time.
That's it. Yep. It's all coming back to me now.
And speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs.
Right you are, Gov. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun."
Oh. So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously.
We did, Gov, we did.
Although I suppose if you're being honest, we heard a kind of wavering voice before the yelling all.
If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun.
Give me that gun. Bam.
Kind of thing.
Career in acting tragically missed. And wherever the voice is coming from, could you tell?
Course we could. From the other side of the door behind the counter it was.
Storeroom where the victim was found dead. And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Winterbank?
On my granny's life, of course it was.
On his granny's life, of course it was.
The same granny? So that would mean that you both knew Mr. So that would mean that it's on both of your grandmothers. That you both knew Mr. Windebank and the sound of his voice?
So that would mean what?
What, Nash, what? Any ideas?
Yes, Counsel, indeed it would.
No. We didn't know the geezer. How am I supposed to deny that it when that bloke in all the fancy clobbers giving us the evil eye?
If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true.
On my granny's life it is.
On his granny's life it must be.
It's a good job his granny's dead. How do you know that? Summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them all over the shop floor.
To make it sound like we're clumsy.
Don't forget we tidied up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it, the bloke what owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have fired instead of yelling at the girl.
What if he's already dead? You're saying that Mr. Windebank had a gun in his hands?
Oh yeah, bet that was a sight, eh? Them two waving them guns at each other must have got pretty heated. I mean, just before he shot it out, we heard the geezer say, if you don't want to get shot.
Didn't really sound like he meant it, mine. More of an empty threat, you could say.
Mr. Windebank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times, which feels like a major safety violation, but people say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required, well, his own. That someone being himself, of course, okay.
Good grief! Extraordinary devotion indeed, if alarmingly misguided.
Well, he certainly
sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. The person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. Cooked his goose proper.
But he wished he'd squeezed the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, "Give me that gun."
It was directly after these words that you heard the gunshot?
More or less at the same time, Gov. Give me that gun.
Bam.
Kind of thing.
Yes, a career in acting, very tragically missed.
Then we heard the sound of someone hitting the deck. Or everything went dead quiet. After that, we done a slap job tidying the place up.
But if he had the if he had the gun, then why was he shot? Well, fuck. I didn't mean to press. Because, like, they're saying she said, "Give me the gun." And then he was shot? But there was only one gun. I mean, other than theirs. And she was holding it. Let me keep going. Wait, these were the addendums, so it's probably these. Maybe the photograph of Gina? There we go. You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windebank, was wielding a gun, is that correct?
That's it, Gov. You've got the picture.
He has, Nash. He has, no question.
Yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not in possession of a firearm of any description. You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more? Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Excuse me. Your chronology is severely lacking, counsel.
Yeah, that's right.
Too right, Nash, too right. The old geezer couldn't have been about to turn the tables on the girl, eh? Hardly likely. No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence. Continue with the cross-examination, counsel, and heed my earlier warning, witnesses. A skulkin's never skulkin'. I guess we'll keep going. So, you didn't try to open the storeroom door, then? Not on your life.
Not on your life.
It went deathly quiet after that, it did. Put the wind right up me. But anyway, the door was locked, wasn't it? No way that was opening. Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe. It was, Gov, it was, from the inside.
Right, so we had no way of knowing what was going on in there, did we?
Unless there is some other way to get a view of the inside of the storeroom. Like through the keyhole, or a spy hole, perhaps?
Don't ring no bells, don't
light no lights. We had to cut and run before we noticed anything like that.
We're still cutting our teeth in this game, see, but one day
we'll really cut the mustard. Please cut it out. But as we know, behind that door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away. Yes, unfortunately. Gina was in there unconscious with the gun in her hand. To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside the storeroom? That's right, Gov, that's right.
Couldn't have even if we wanted to.
We stuck everything back where we found it and scarpered straight into him in the black. Straight into him in the black. Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Erlock Sholmes.
Oh, yeah, we was a bit hasty there.
We was, Nash, we was. Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up. You're shaking like a leaf? Don't put a loaded gun in your hand.
Good advice, miss. Good advice. Truth be told, me mind went totally blank.
Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand.
Mental note made, miss.
After that, we legged it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers of Summit, so they clapped the darbies on us like winking, whatever the hell that means. And after you'd been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct? Well, yeah.
But listen, that proves it, doesn't it, eh?
I wonder if maybe the revolver
think they changed the hint. I don't know. I'm too tired. Too tired to think about this. That's it? That's full. I think I will. I think I'm gonna peace out because I'm tired. I know this is a short stream, but we'll be back tomorrow. I'll have to think about this. Thanks everybody so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Love you so much. As always. Ciao. Bye everybody.
Ugh.